What would you do if God answered your prayer, but you couldn't keep the promise you made to Him? This is the story of a promise, a prayer, and a lesson that would last a lifetime. Olufunmilola and her twin sister, Olufunmileo, were born in Lagos, Nigeria. Their family moved to Otie in Ogun State when they were 4. They attended a school there in Otie. Although they were twins, they were placed in different classes at school. Olufunmileo was in Class A, while Olufunmilola was in Class B. Olufunmilola was a bright student and was usually among the top 3 students in her B class. However, at the end of each academic year, the results from both classes were combined. When that happened, her overall ranking usually fell to somewhere between 15th and 17th place out of about 50. When Olufunmilola was in primary 2, she became determined to improve her position. One evening, she knelt beside her bed and prayed. She asked God to help her finish among the top 3 students overall. She also made a promise. She told God that if He answered her prayer, she would recite the Lord's Prayer every night before going to bed. At the end of that academic year, something remarkable happened. For the first time, Olufunmilola achieved 2nd place overall. She was delighted and grateful to God for answering her prayer. However, keeping her promise proved more difficult than she expected. Night after night, she forgot or struggled to recite the Lord's Prayer before going to sleep. Although she wanted to keep her word, she was unable to do so consistently. The following year, when she was in primary 3, Olufunmilola prayed again. She said, "God, I am sorry that I did not keep my promise. Please help me once more. If you do, I promise that this time I will recite the Lord's Prayer every night before going to bed." Once again, God answered her prayer. At the end of the academic year, the school held its annual prize-giving ceremony. Students and parents gathered to celebrate the year's achievements. When it was time to announce the top students, the headmaster called out, "First position, Olufunmileo. Second position, Olufunmilola. They are twins, and they never leave each other." The audience laughed and applauded as the 2 sisters proudly walked forward to receive their prizes. Yet even after experiencing this success, Olufunmilola still struggled to keep her promise. She was unable to recite the Lord's Prayer every night as she had vowed. By the time she reached primary 4, she stopped asking God for a top position. She felt discouraged and gave up trying. That year, her overall ranking dropped back to around 15th place. As she grew older, Olufunmilola reflected on those experiences and learned an important lesson. She realized that she had been trying to keep her promise through her own strength alone. She learned that even simple commitments can be difficult without God's help. Instead of giving up, she could have asked God to give her the strength and discipline to keep her promise. The experience taught her not only about academic success, but also about dependence on God. She learned that God's blessings should be accompanied by faithfulness, perseverance, and a willingness to seek His strength in every area of life. Have you ever made a promise to God and later struggled to keep it? If so, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. And if this testimony encouraged you, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more stories and faith lessons with Olufunmilola. Until next time, God bless you.